Good afternoon. I'm Mark Pifer, and this is Pifer's podcast, sports editor of the Virginian Review. And we have a special guest with us this week on Pifer's podcast, Connor Simpson, 2012 Alleghany grad. And this past Saturday, Connor played in the national championship game for Division II football for Shepherd University. Connor, thanks for taking some time out of your break and coming and talking to us. First of all, a kind of a storybook season for Shepherd this year. You finished 13-1. Things didn't go you guys' way on Saturday, but talk about in general the season this year at Shepherd. It had to be, like I said, just a dream season for you guys.
Absolutely. To go 13-1 is a dream come true. Obviously, you don't want that blemish in your record within the season, but from the very first game at West Virginia Wesleyan, I mean, we were getting better each and every week. Offense putting up 40 points a game consistently for 13 weeks in a row. Defense is shutting teams down, one-dimensional, making them only have to throw the ball because that's all they can do. It was a dream season for sure.
Connor, a linebacker, and also sees time on special teams for the Rams. Talk about first of all how you ended up at Shepherd. I know you had some interest in Virginia Tech and decided on Shepherd, and we were talking about a lot had to do with the school phase of where you picked.
Right, yes, sir. I've always wanted to be a nurse and be in the medical field or be an anesthesiologist. That's the end goal. And when I was looking for schools, Virginia Tech was my number one option. That's where I'd always wanted to go. Always wanted to be there. Dad and I had season tickets ever since I was a kid, but they don't have a medical program whatsoever. So I decided to go to Shepherd and pursue a nursing career, and it's been really good. They have an extremely good nursing program, so it's been a good decision so far.
Connor, you, I guess, started off playing youth league football, I guess, down in the Sharon area. Yeah, and then up through the ranks at Alleghany. Just give me some memories of playing football. And you know, it's a long way from Sharon to ESPN on Saturday and playing on national television.
Well, at Sharon, I was a kid on the defensive and offensive line with 2 orange stripes on his helmet because I weighed too much to play anything else. But then when I hit 7th grade, you know, I played the 8th grade football at CMS, which was a great move. Always play up to a higher level than you're supposed to. And then when I went to 9th grade as a freshman in high school, I even played varsity with Coach Jack Baker. And that was another great experience. I didn't get to play as much then, but he still put me in the mix every now and then. And I mean, I think that's what made me so good when I was in there working with him constantly. He's pushing me, making me better, and always making me never take no for an answer. Always get what I can out of everything. So.
You know, there's a lot of high school football players in our area, and their dream is to play on Saturdays and play college football. What could you give them a piece of advice about moving up a level, and then tell me some of the differences? And I know there's a lot between playing on Friday nights and playing on Saturday.
Right. So some of the differences in Friday nights and Saturday nights is the amount of time put in. I'm sure everybody hears about it's a job once you get to college football, and I mean that's not a joke. We put in 40 plus hours a week, and I mean that's on a light week maybe. So with meals and then meetings and film and practice and everything like that, it's a different experience completely. And some advice would be never, like I just said, like Jack Baker used to tell me, never take no for an answer. People are going to tell you can't do it. People are going to say it's going to be impossible to do school and football at the same time. But you have to be able to take that and turn it into motivation and say, well, I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to do what I got to do to be successful.
Division II football. People have become a little bit more familiar in our area about Division II because the Noah Greens and Derek Dressler and you and guys that have gone to West Virginia and played in that Mountain East Conference. Talk to me about Division II football. And we were talking before we started recording about how many Division I transfers are in the Mountain East Conference. You know, last year I think Concord made it to the semifinals, and you guys in the finals this year. Right. The Mountain East is definitely one of the top conferences in Division II.
Yeah, we the difference. This is what I tell everyone that asks this. The difference between Division II and then Division I, Single A, and even Double A is either a grade point average or just a couple inches in height. And that's it, or maybe a step in speed. Right. The guys that we play with, they're all just a couple inches too short to be at the Division I level. Then that's really it. They have the same athletic ability. A lot of them are stronger or just as strong. There really is no difference other than the height, and you realize that once you get there and you say, man, these guys are good. And that's what Isaiah Ross, one of the guys transferred from Maryland, he said when he came in, he said, oh man, I'm downgrading Division II. And he said, I get here and I'm like, man, these guys are Division I players that got missed, or they're just a little bit shorter than me. And I mean, that's really it. That's the only difference. Absolutely.
Let's go back to your year at Shepherd this year. A 10-0 regular season, a Mountain East championship, and then you get in the playoffs. I think you guys got a first-round bye.
Yes, sir.
And then 3 home games, and that must have been a tremendous I've never been to Shepherd University, but I think it's kind of a small-town atmosphere. And from what I read, the town was really excited, and you guys packed the place for 3 playoff games.
Oh, yeah. For, like you said, the 10-0 regular season, which is, I don't want to sound too arrogant, but that's becoming expected with Coach Monty Cater. I mean, conference championship that's what we're coming to get, and that's expected. And like you said, if we can get those 3 playoff games, it's going to be hard to beat us at home, because Shepherdstown and the surrounding area and the alumni, they absolutely do support us, and we pack it. And everybody's right there on the field. I mean, it gets loud in there for sure.
I got to watch a little bit of the Grand Valley State game on the computer, the semifinal game, which was a heck of a game. Your quarterback gets knocked out on the first series. One of those transfer kids comes in. I think a Virginia Tech transfer comes in and does the job. But that was a tremendous game, and I'm sure a tremendous game to be a part of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Connor Jessup did a great job. And, I mean, everybody knew he would. We all support him, and I mean, that's, like I said before, it's the next man up. So, and he did a great job. But it's an unreal place. It really is. So, definitely.
And then this past week, an ESPN audience, national television. I guess you fly out to Kansas City for the national championship game, and I know it didn't go as you wanted. A tough start, a fumble on I think the first play from scrimmage, and they punch one in the first minute. But talk about the overall experience of playing in a national championship game. That's got to be pretty surreal.
Yeah. Well, the first thing for me that I remember most is getting off that bus and looking at the entrance of that sporting arena. I mean, coming from Alleghany, you don't see too much of that. And we got off, and that's a brand new, it's like a 2-year-old stadium made by Kansas City. And I walk in there, and there's these glass windows, and you can just look out there, and you can see the big screen and all the seats and everything. And for me, that's just a surreal experience, because we never got treated like that at Alleghany High School. So, I mean, it was unbelievable, and just being a part of the national championship and being able to see where, 2 USA soccer players play every soccer game of their professional career, being able to see their locker room, see their jersey. I mean, I saw Chad Ochocinco's cleats when he tried out for the soccer team there. They have them hanging on the wall. It's just everything about that. We even ate good food. It was
different, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a great experience, and hopefully we're going to experience it again.
One more year, and then you graduate, I think, after next football season with a nursing degree. And then what's the plan from there?
I'll graduate with a bachelor's degree in nursing, so my BSN, which is a step above just your basic RN degree. And that's what a lot of hospitals are looking for now. Hopefully, I'll be able to go to anesthesia school down in Tennessee or something like that after I do 2 years in an ICU intensive care unit. And hopefully, I can either do the anesthesia direction, or I can look into VP or CEO of a hospital, which would be great too. But that's going to be longer down the road after I work for a while.
And not bad for a kid from Sharon, right?
No, not bad at all. It's pretty good, I'd say. So.
That's Connor Simpson, and Connor, thank you for your time. We're proud of you from the Alleghany Highlands, and hopefully you get back in that position again next year.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we'll be there.
Kind of a light week in sports around the area with the holidays, but next week Alleghany boys basketball and girls basketball involved in some action. The boys basketball team, led by Nolan Caldwell, involved in the K-Guard tournament over at Roanoke College. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The girls basketball team will host Wilson Memorial on Wednesday, and Coach Dale Burdett's wrestling team will be in action at the Craft Classic at Perry McClure. We'll be back with another podcast next week. Until then, I'm Mark Pifer for Leslie Nickel, my photographer. Have a great holiday, and we'll see you next week.